Hello everybody, let's do some synthetic division to find zeros, part 2. Alright, pause this video, see if you can pick up where we left off last time, come back and check your answer. Alright, so I'm going to use magenta today, a little nicer for you guys, a little change of pace. So this is a factor, so we're going to put a 1, a 7, negative 15 in here. It's saying x minus 1 is a factor, so we're going to put a 1 out here. Okay, multiply diagonally, add coming down, multiply, add coming down, multiply 1 times 15. No remainder. We knew that because this said this is a factor. Then we're left with this quadratic equation right here, quadratic form. Now we want to solve this as if it's set equal to 0. Okay, so if we can factor. Okay, and then we're going to set each one equal to 0. So the first one is x equals negative 5. The second one is x equals negative 3. And of course, this one up here, let's not forget about that guy. All right, so now we have the 3 terms. X minus 1 equals 0, x is equal to 1. So my solution is written like this, and you just put your answers. Okay, now if you got to this part, you could have also done that quadratic equation, and you would have come up with the same answer. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 8, C is equal to 15. So x equals negative 8 plus or minus 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times 15 over 2 times 1, which is 2. X equals negative 8 plus or minus, this is 64 minus 60, the square root of 4 over 2. X equals negative 8 plus or minus square root of 4, which is 2, over 2. X equals negative 8 plus 2, which is negative 6, over 2, which is x is equal to negative 3. Same answer there. Or x is equal to negative 8 minus 2, which is negative 10, over 2. X is equal to negative 5. If you can factor, of course you'd want to factor. Look how fast that was. If you can't factor, there is a way to do it by doing the quadratic equation. Next problem. You guys hit pause, see how you do on this one. All right. Now this one's a little different. This is saying 7 is a 0, because if I put a 7 in here, my answer would be 0, so that means 7 is a 0, so 7 goes out here. Then we're going to do the synthetic division, bring that down, multiply diagonally, add up and down, multiply diagonally, add up and down, multiply diagonally. 0, it's what we expected. Okay, if I put 7 into this equation, that last number is what the result would be. And that's x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, then we're going to try to factor this if possible. All right, this one was easy to factor. Then we're setting them equal to 0. Okay, so our answers, you actually have 3 answers. It says find all the zeros. So we're going to include this one here that they gave us, and we're going to put in the negative 2 and the negative 1. All right, let's try the next problem. You guys take a second, pause this video, see how you do, and come back and check your answer. We're going to put a negative 8 out here. Remember, you should just be checking your answer at this point. All right, we're going to factor this guy. All right, so my solutions are the original one, negative 8, 2n, negative 1. Now here's an interesting thought. If one of your zeros is x equals negative 1, look at what your factor is, x plus 1. If a 0 is x equals 2, what's your factor? X minus 2. If your 0 is negative 8, what's your factor look like? Well, that would be x plus 8. So if I took x plus 8 and I put that in here, and I multiplied these three together, that should equal this one here. Now let's try the next problem. So pause the video, see how you do, then come back and let's check our answer. All right, you might have run into a little bit of a problem with this one. We're going to put a negative 3 out here. 3, 8, negative 5, negative 6. This is 3x squared minus x minus 2. Now what we want to do is try to factor that if possible. Okay? This one is possible. It's 3x and x. So what numbers multiply and equal 3? That's pretty easy. What numbers multiply and equal 2? You can put a 2 here and a 1 there, or a 2 here and a 1 there. And I'm going to put a 2 here and a 1 there. This becomes plus. This becomes minus. Now, this becomes 3x plus 2 equals 0. 3x equals negative 2. X is equal to negative 2/3. X minus 1 equals 0. X is equal to 1. So my solutions are the original problem, the original answer, negative 2/3, and positive 1. Okay? Our zeros don't have to always be whole numbers. They can be fractions. All right, and look what happens when this 0 is negative 2/3. Look what that factor looks like. Okay, that's going to be used in a later lesson. All right, next problem. Let's see how we do with this one. You guys can hit pause, get as far as you can get, then come back and join us. All right, glad you're back. Put a negative 4 out here. 2, 16, 42, 40. Okay, bring that down. So this is 2x squared plus 8x plus 10. Okay? I'm going to try to factor. I got 2x and x. I've got a 10 here, so maybe that's a 5 and that's a 2, but quickly in my head, 2x times 5 is 10x and 2x, so it's either 12x or 8x, but then this is a positive, so that has to be either both positives or both negatives. Well, that wouldn't work out, because that wouldn't work out to be 8x. If I made them both negatives, that would be a positive, but it still wouldn't be this. So that doesn't work. Well, maybe we do 2x plus 5 and x plus 2. But then that's 4x and 5x. That's 9x. That doesn't work. So, so I can't factor this one. So I'm going to try this. X equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, right? Over, you have a denominator, don't forget that guy. Alright, and this division bar goes all the way across here. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 8, c is equal to 10. X equals negative 8 plus or minus 8 squared minus 4 times 2 times 10, and that is over 2 times 2. Negative 8 plus or minus 64 minus 80 over 4. X equals negative 8 plus or minus negative 16, square root of negative 16 over 4. X equals negative 8 plus or minus square root of negative 16 is 4i over 4. Okay? Now, we're going to take the negative 8, put that over 4, plus or minus 4i over 4. A lot of people forget this, that this 4 is going into both of these numbers. So my answer is negative 2 plus or minus I. Alright, so here is my answers for the whole problem. X equals the original answer they gave you right up here, negative 4, comma, and then this answer here. This actually counts for two answers, negative 2 plus I, negative 2 minus I. Alright, so a couple new tricks introduced today. Hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you have to watch it again, alright, help yourself. We threw some factoring in there, and we threw some quadratic equation. Alright, catch you on the next video.